Hello everyone, welcome to Retro Dad and Modern Lad, the YouTube channel and soon to be website, and welcome to another episode for the Sacred Pools playthrough. This is the first playthrough I'm going to have done. I did a little introduction video. It was with my initial reaction. I was really excited, and we discovered that it was also Rebellion was actually Sacred Pools, the old Sega Saturn demo we got. But there's more big news because there's actually a new build of Sacred Pools being released, which is fantastic. So there was the build released a couple of days ago. Now there's actually a newer build of the game with differences in that is being released, and it's quite a funny story really of how that has come about. But we'll just watch this first because it starts off with a little sequence.
You're lucky to be in one piece. Here, drink this. It'll help. I gotta go. Find Lazar at the water bar. He'll take care of you.
So what happened is that there was a version released for the Sega Saturn, there was a version released for the PC, there was a version released for the Mac, and there was also a version released for the PlayStation of this unreleased game, Sacred Pools. And it turns out that the Mac version was actually an updated, newer build of the Saturn version. Now credit has to go to VBT over at the Sega Xtreme Discord, and also Sega Xtreme the website. It's a really good website that I like going on. I'd recommend you go on it. It has loads of things about Sega Saturn news, homebrew developers over there. You get loads of information, and it can be really helpful if you want to try homebrew yourself. So thanks to VBT, he discovered that the Mac version was actually a Sega Saturn newer build, and he was also converted it as well because it needed converting to work on Saturn. So this is the new build that we're playing now, and there's quite a lot of differences as well. Also, I'd like to thank Gaming Alexandria. They were the original people who released the Sacred Pools 3 discs, which it's on. And one thing I have noticed about this is that it's not 3 discs where you play them one after another. You just go through some doors and it'll tell you to put the next disc in. So there's loads of differences that I've already noticed, and we'll start going through them. One of them is, I'll just show you now, if you press the X button, and I'm going to show you how to solve loads of puzzles as well, and how to advance in the game, and loads of different things. We'll meet different people on this because I've been playing it quite a bit. So what we'll notice is, see this in the middle, that wasn't there on the first build of this game that was released a couple of days ago. That was actually a head, and you could go to this one here, and if you pressed it in the old build, it used to bring up the code screen so you could put codes in, but you could do it anytime you wanted. But if you press A on it now, nothing happens. So when you find the code, what you have to do now is, and it makes sense because before you could go to this and the head was there and you could put the code in there, but why would you bother going to the TV screen when at any point you could just go into the menu and do it? But now if we do this, see, this is the head that used to be on your screen when you pressed the Z button, and when we either pressed that or the symbol, we could have went to this and put the code in. So it makes sense now, because when I was playing it before, I've got to admit, I was thinking to myself, why would you go to the TV screens when you can do it from your own menu? So that's being actually rectified in this. So what we're going to do is, you can go all different ways, and there's actually so many areas you can go in, and there's no one way to do it. But what I'd recommend is you go this way, which is following the lady that's just gone this way. And also, when you're in corridors, turn to the side and look in these cupboards, because you'll find that's where you find the bulk of your items. Press up on it and it goes into your item screen. To get your item screen up, you press the C button, and you've got these 2 boxes here, and if you actually come out of this screen, and what I'll say is, when you see one of them cupboards, always press the opposite direction on the controller, and usually there's a second cupboard. So we've got a crystal there, and they all come in handy. So what I'm going to show you is, if you press the Z button to get the menu up, and you get these symbols. Now these ones pretty much tell you about the game and the different characters. These 2 here tell you about the items. So if we click on them, I'll just show you these quickly. So what we can see is, it shows you what all the different items there are meant to defend you against. and it says that the shield device, and points to the one that's a shield device. You place appropriate crystals in the shield device for protection from poison, radiation, and gas attacks. So that's what you want to do. You want to put your crystals and things in there. If we go to the other one, this actually tells you about your life, and you can see the sort of fruits and potions there. Then potions come in handy, really. So this is your life support, the other box. Place appropriate crystals, water vials, fruit and herbs in the life support to cure poison, radiation and blindness. So I do know that there is some crystals that you can use for that. So we'll go back off there. To go back off there, you press the X button. And you do get attacked by things in the game. And what I found is as well, we're just going to put this crystal in our shield one. What I found is that the more you stand around, the more likely you are to be attacked, I think. You'll still get attacked when you're walking, but if you stop, you seem to get attacked more often. So I'm going to try keep moving as I do it.
It's okay. He's with us.
And that's another difference there with being attacked now. That sequence seems to get cut short on this new build and you get kicked out to the corridor. You didn't do that on the last build. So there's a difference. Another difference I've noticed is when you're at the title screen. So there's a potion, we'll have that. When you're at the title screen as well, you used to be able to start the game much quicker. Now you can't start the game until the actual title screen comes up. You've got to watch the sequence. So we want to go this way. This is definitely the first room you should go in because it's got the code in it, which is really important. Also as well, when you get kicked out of the game because you've sort of lost all your health, you get kicked out of, not the game, sorry, when you get kicked out of the island and you go up into outer space, you can now choose multiple different places to go back into the island, depending on where you've sort of explored. Whereas before you could only ever go back to the one place. So you want to remember this code, so I always remember it, so I remember it by looking at the top bits. So it's straight on the top. It's an eye looking. Best thing to do is just take a picture of it, and it's the one with the dot. Now, as I said before, you used to be able to put this code in straight from this screen here with the menu by pressing Z. This one here, you press this and you could put the code in. But on this new build, you can't do that. You've got to go to the TV screen, and I think that was always the intention. It just hadn't been implemented. So all these doors are currently locked at the minute, so there's no point in trying to go through any of them. You get attacked. If you get attacked, what you can do is, if you want to try and save your health, is turn and run away. Now, it hasn't happened to me on this build, but sometimes, you know, on the last build, it used to get a little bit stuck. It used to crash a little bit on the last build, but this one is much more stable. That's one thing I would definitely say. And also, I get attacked. Yeah, there's nothing I can do at the minute. And also as well, when you disc swap, the other one used to crash a lot when you used to put the second disc in on the loading screen.
For access.
So they're asking for the code. Whereas this one, it disc swaps great. I'm playing on real Sega Saturn hardware today, and you'll get to see me doing the disc swap. So what I'll just do is I'll just put the code in now. So the code was straight line there, and then it was the one that looks like an eye.
Do that again.
And that's new as well. On the old version that was released a couple of days ago, you didn't get these symbols coming up. So the eye and this dot one.
Access approved.
So access has been approved now. Now what you do now is you click on each of these items and it'll give you a map, and you can look at the map and open doors. So the best thing to do is to just open them all at once, I find. So you click on this one, and if you go to these little symbols below it, click on one of them. See that one? There's none of them in this area. Click on this one. See, these are all doors that are locked because they're red. Just click on them and they'll go green, and now they're open. You can go through them. This opens the game up massively doing this. This is why I said to go and get that code first. Now these ones, these open up like items. There'll be items in these. These will be like cupboards and things. So we'll open them up and then just click that there. Then go to the next one and just open them all. You might as well just open them all at once, I find. So this is actually see, these are already open. This is actually the room from Rebellion, this one. We'll be going in there soon. And see, that one's open. So we'll just open these. So they're item ones again, and just go over there, click on that. And just keep going through these. This is the room that we've just been in. All the doors were locked in it. So we can see the door lock there. That was the door we came in. 2 more doors we can open there. And these are the item ones. As I said, there's an extra item we can get in there. We're going to be going back in there in a minute. And just go. I think it's just best to do it now. I mean, you can do it as you go along, but it just makes sense to do it all now. So there's none of them. You can unlock this door here. And sometimes when you go onto a second disc as well, it won't let you do this. So it's best to just do it now. So I'm really excited with this. It's fantastic, and there's just so much to do. It's a really interesting game. Now this is the bar area she was talking about before. You can go in here, and there's two entrances to this bar area. One where you have to feed a sort of statue on the wall crystals, and if he likes the crystal he'll let you in. And there's actually a second route you can sort of take to get in there, because I've been in there before. So they're all open. Open this. Just this last one. And that's it, everything's open now, so we can press the X button to go off here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back this way, because there's a lot of items this way that I want to get that'll help us solve some puzzles. Now we're taking quite a lot of damage. One thing that is quite annoying is that when someone comes in a room like that, they knock you, see your face in a different way. So I always, because all the doors look the same, I always find it. Go on, maul me. Got no protection at the minute. They're just all going after me. No, I don't want to go that way. You see, it was trying to run away. It's trying to remember which way you were going. So I use the TV as a reference. So I know now, because the TV's there, that this is the way I want to go. So actually what I might do is I might use that potion, because I think my life is getting quite low. Let's just have a quick look. If you press the L shoulder button, you can have a look at your life and different things there. Actually, that one on the bottom, that symbol on the bottom, you can see the way there's 3 symbols. You've got your life at the top. I think that might be your shield possibly in the middle. That one at the bottom, I'm not really sure what it does, but I do know that I ate one of the crystals and it filled that up. So that one can be filled up by crystals. So yeah, I'm just going to take this because it is fairly low. So remember to do your life. It's this one over here. And there you go. Just get in there quickly before something else attacks us. So most of the doors in here are now open. And we're just going to make a run for it, see if we can save a bit. Yeah, see, we saved a little bit there. And we open this item here, so we'll just get it now. It's really exciting time in the Saturn community. I'm absolutely made up with this one. To sort of discover it was Rebellion, and then to get a new build so quick, it's fantastic. Back again. That's a puzzle we'll come back to later. So I have explored loads, and we're probably not going to have time for me to show you everything in this Let's Play. But I'm going to be doing more Let's Plays because there's just so much to discover. I've seen loads, and there's loads of really interesting things to see. And remember, just always look around the corridors, because you'll find these. Now this red one's a really interesting one. I don't know whether it'll do it on this build. I haven't tried it. I won't try it now because the problem is on the old build, if you used to put that into your shield, it used to disappear, and it used to steal a couple of your items as well. So we've got another potion. They're really useful, and there's another potion right behind you. Or with that red one, you can actually use that in your health. And there's another use for it as well. When we go into the bar area, if you go in a certain way, you have to feed this statue on the wall crystals, and some of them you just spit out on the floor and you lose them. Oh, we're getting enticed in. I'll show you this because it's quite good. Usually if somebody who's like half naked starts enticing you and asking you to follow them, it's usually a booby trap. So let's watch. Oh, now that's different to the last build. On the last build for that, an enemy used to come on the screen. So I don't know what happened there on this new build, because it's the first time I've been this far on the new build. So it's asking us to insert this too. Now I'll press back there. That's quite interesting, because sometimes what I've noticed is if you press back when it tells you to go onto another disc, it actually allows you to stay on the disc you're on. But on some of them, on the last one, I don't know if it's the same on this one, if you press back, sometimes nothing would happen. Right. And again, it's saying insert this too, but it's letting us go back again. Now, I'm not sure what language they're speaking, but they're asking you to give them a crystal, and if you do, they're going to let you go in this room. But I haven't figured out which one they want at the moment. Let's see if they want this one. No, it doesn't seem happy. But actually, that last room we were in the last build, there was actually a sequence in there where there was two women, and they told you to come back later that night and give you some information. One of them was the blonde one we met earlier. So that's actually quite interesting to see that that sequence didn't seem to play out there, because every time I used to play it on the last build, it did play out. Right, so what I'm going to do now is we want to go back that way because there's an item there I want. But just before we do that, I'm going to put this over here, fill up our life bar, and that noise where it goes woo, that's new. That wasn't in the last build. Right, that'll do. Turn around. I want to go back this way because there's an item through one of these doors. I'm just trying to remember which one it is. It's put me off because there was a sequence you got when you went in this room. It's not that one. I don't need that. I think it's this one here. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to go into because there's an item in one of these two here. So that's one of the items of this one. So let me in there. Nope, being in there. Oh no, it is. It wasn't when I pressed up at first. Right, and firework going off outside. It is nearly bonfire night. And we're getting attacked again. I see the way that bottom one's going up and it's in the red now. You can actually reduce that by, I think it's this one. There we go. So it looked like it was getting to dangerous levels. And we'll just go back this way. And usually what you find is, another thing I've found, is that a lot of the time with the items when you're solving puzzles, they're not too far away. And again, you can follow these, but it is a booby trap. The items usually aren't too far away that you need for the puzzles. So what we'll do is we'll go into this room here. Now this is the corridor and the room from the Rebellion demo. And I'll show you how to solve the puzzle. I think it is actually exactly the same way you solve the puzzle in this one as you did in the Rebellion demo. Sorry, I'll just have to come back this way. Go back that way. Because there's 2 items I didn't get then. So always make sure you turn to the side when you're in these. Because these are the items you use not only for your life and things, but also to solve the puzzles. So it is really important that you pick them up. And as I said, usually the items aren't too far away from the puzzle that you need them for. And I think them 2 are used for the puzzle, this puzzle here, if I remember. So a lot of what we're seeing now, this is the room from Rebellion, and like in Rebellion, she comes out, and you can follow her around by turning.
It's not safe.
But we're not going to follow her, because what I want to do is go in this cupboard. Now we opened this cupboard when we opened all the doors earlier on from the map when we put the code in. Otherwise that would have been locked if you come straight in here. I'm going to get clubbed over the head now. Bang. So we'll just go back in because we're going to solve a couple of puzzles in here. And if we just go forward here, I think we're going to see another sequence here.
This. Don't you realize we're in the middle of a civil war? No one is allowed in the main station. Throw him out.
We're getting thrown out forcefully. Although you can just go straight back in. Again, that was in the Rebellion demo. Oh, we're getting attacked. Ooh, we're getting low as well. Right, what have we got here? We need them. Put this red one in. I'm not too sure about putting the crystals in there. You need to put like certain ones in there to match up. But one thing I found is sometimes, depending on what character it is, sometimes if you mash the buttons it does seem to block, but I'm not really sure how I'm doing it at the minute. I need to look into that a little bit more. So let's go back in. Oh, I mean, that's not fair, that. He's got me twice there. We'll go back in and we'll solve a couple of the puzzles now. I'll show you how to get one thing. As I said, we opened 2 item boxes in here. We actually opened another one which has got all the crystals in. So just keep pressing up and going this way, and we'll solve our first puzzle. And it is, I almost got it right when I done my initial video, but I didn't quite remember it correctly. I said I thought it was 1, 2, 3 on the Rebellion demo. It wasn't. It's 2, 3, 4. So if you press one of these 2 now, you just get blasted in the face by gas. You need to do them in order. So press 2, 3, 4. There you go. It's open. Now what this means is that when you go towards this door, if you didn't solve that puzzle, this would have blasted you in the face. This that barrel. So now you can go towards the door without getting blasted in the face, and it would have put you into outer space. Now I'm just trying to think. It took me a while to do this, but when you are doing puzzles like this, just take them and just drop them like that. It's not that one. Is it that one? I'm trying to think which one it is. It's one of these. Just drop them. Take your finger off the A button. I thought it was one of the orange ones. Oh no, it's that one. And I think it's one of the orange ones now. And there you go.
Crystals purify soul, cleanse the flesh, protect us.
Now you can press up on it and it takes you to this screen, but I'm not really sure what you're meant to do with this. If you press up again, it just shuts. Now I presume you're meant to put something in there because there's a couple of places in this area. If you press the C button, your items. Oh, look at that item. We've got a flying item now. Now I've never seen that on the other one. I wonder what that is. What's that? Can you grab it? No. So we've got some sort of flying item here. Now this was never on the old one. So that's interesting. So I'm not really sure what else you're meant to do there. We're getting attacked again. Press some buttons, see if we can block. I know you can block the poisonous gas from the eye by pressing some buttons. So if we just go into here, and again it's asking you for things here, and we've got them. So yeah, we've got that. I don't know what that is going round here now. That wasn't on the last one. So put that one in and put the red one in again. Oh, there's an apple in there this time. So that's really interesting because I know that there was nothing in there in the Rebellion demo, and there was also nothing in there on the earlier release, because I've played a lot further than this on that. This is the first time I've got this far on this one. So we've got the crystals. Look how many crystals we just found there. We'll unlock that again when we've done the code and the menu. What's that crystal doing circles? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We're going to swap some of these in here. Not there. These ones look good, so we'll put these in. That one. Two ones, you think? Green must be poisonous gas. Possibly. I'm going to put that one in there. That'll do for now. So yeah, that apple... Oh, scared me a little bit then. So back outside the room. And on the Rebellion demo, coming in that door was the trigger for starting new sort of things where people would do things. And also another place that also used to trigger sort of scenes to happen was if you looked through that gap there. Yeah, look, it's doing it now.
Go of me!
Trespassing is a serious offense.
You're in this with Koza, aren't you?
What?
You sabotaged the security system.
You don't know what you're talking about. But let me give you some advice. Accusations like that can get you in serious trouble.
I'm not one of your puppets, Ren. People are dying out there. Your people.
Shut up! Unless I'm gonna kill right now.
Fire's coming away.
Throw her in jail. No! You better get away, you fool! Kill her if you have to. The Earthling behind the bats!
Bit of a coward there, wasn't he? He said to kill the girl, and I just started hiding behind the barrel. You would have thought he'd come to a rescue there. But yeah, so it seems like coming through that door and peeking through there, like in the Rebellion demo, it's run away. It triggers things to happen. Now you can look in this cupboard there, but what I'm going to show you is, because I've already done this bit before, don't look in there yet, just come out and turn round and go in these cupboards, because that's what you need. Right, so we just turn the other way. Yeah, it's a really exciting time to be in the Saturn community with the finds like this. I absolutely love it when unreleased games are found. I like to be the first person to find new things in unreleased games. You know, not a lot of people play the unreleased games, which I think is a little bit sad sometimes, but this one has got an excellent reception. You know, people have been really excited about, oh, we don't want to go up there. Problem is, if you go up there, you're often, you fall through the floor. So what I want to do is, quickly before I get attacked, is I just want to take this. Well, actually the apple. I'll just take this. I don't think the apple does. So we can look in here now Now we could look in this on the Rebellion demo, but there was nothing you could do. But I know on this one that we got this crystal and this one. And look, there's a red one in there. On the earlier build that was released a couple of days ago, there was nothing in this. So that's interesting. You know, there is quite a significant difference between, actually, what we'll do is, I'll show you going onto another disc now, because there's another area we can go into. I'll show you swapping discs on real hardware. So if you press up, it comes up and it says please into disc 3. So what you do is just get your disc 3 that you've burnt. I'm using Pseudo Saturn, just my Pseudo Saturn. I've got a Saturn Gamers cartridge, but that's not what I'm using. And just press the restart button on your Saturn and open the Saturn lid and just swap the discs. You can see I'm using a Paddy Saturn here. Just shut the lid and it'll just boot up into disc 3. Let's come up with an error, but it does that sometimes. That's nothing. And see where it says please wait there. Now actually this has been fixed because on the last build it was off slightly. Some of the screen was repeated a little bit, so that's been fixed. It's good this area. I was in this area earlier today when I tried this for the first time. So some items there. Actually, I'm sure last time I was in here there was a lady who spoke to me. She doesn't appear to be here this time. Let's see and go back to this one. So you can press back. It seems to be letting me do that all the time on this one, whereas it mightn't do it all the time, but so far when I've done it on this disc, these new build, it is doing that, whereas on the last build sometimes you get stuck. Oh look, did you see the way the screen was going blue then? It was blocking it. I pressed, what did I press down? I just jammed a couple of buttons. I'm going to have to figure out which ones it is because there is a way to block, and that reminded me of the Rebellion demo where you used to press, I think it was, I said B on the last one, I think it was the A button and the screen would go blue. Oh, well, she's enticing us over, but you know what that usually means. It's usually bad news. But we'll play the game. Oh, we're going this way actually. It's not me moving anymore, it's just doing it. Let's see if we can see her. Oh, that one looks like a good one. That looks like diamond, that one. We'll have that. Ooh. Oh, what did that do? That seems to be replenishing something, that. Right, that was interesting. I've never noticed that. I only had a brief little look in here last time. There's just so many areas to explore. I'm not going to be able to explore everything on this this playthrough. But we're going to be continuing to do other episodes. I don't want to have the episodes too long. Okay, so this is showing us. Now I know where he is actually, because I've and I'll show you. It'll be the next episode now when I get to show you him. But he's actually in the bar place, and you have to give him a crystal. And I know which one it is that you have to give him. Oh, what's in here? It's dark. It's in disc 1. I don't want to go back onto that yet. Is this at the beginning, is it? Yeah, I think we've turned round. There should be more to do in here. Quite a big area, really. See what else we can find.
taken from the gardens. The earth trembles and will soon come apart unless the crystals are returned. Only you can help us.
That was a really good effect, wasn't it? So she can sort of blend in with the walls to hide from monsters. It'd be good if we could get that ability.
I must go. Be careful.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this episode here. There's loads of places I've discovered already and more things I've found. But I don't want to make these episodes too long. I want to make it so they're watchable for people. Once again, a big thank you for VBT over at Sega Xtreme for figuring out that the Mac version was actually a later build of the Sega Saturn version. That's absolutely fantastic. And also doing the conversion so people can play it. And also a big thank you to Gaming Alexandria for releasing the Sacred Pools games unreleased for Sega Saturn, PC and PlayStation. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm really excited and I've just been playing so much in my spare time because it's brilliant. There's loads of areas and people to meet still. So I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.